Alright, the next part that we are going to be creating is the actual blade itself. It's pretty simple, not too difficult. We are going to be using the chamfer tool to make it look like a sharp edge. So go ahead and create a new part. Again, this is an English standard part. I've already made mine. Go ahead and start your sketch on the XY plane. Once you have that created, we will refer to the instructions. We are going to draw two circles, and you'll notice that they're made on the center point here. The first one being 3.5, and that's the outer circle, and then 0.17 for the inner circle. So I'm going to go ahead and make my first one 0.17, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the second circle 3.5. Hit front so we can zoom out and see it. We now have the circle created, and then again we're going to extrude using symmetrical and put it at 0.50 in both directions. So finish your sketch, hit extrude, and I'm going to hit the home button so I can actually see it, and we're going to hit symmetric, and I'm going to change it to 0.5, and I'm going to hit this circle, not the circle that's in the middle. We're going to leave that part hollowed out, and then you're going to hit the OK button or the green checkbox, and then go to the next set of instructions, which have you creating a two-direction chamfer, one at 0.02 and one at 0.12. And you'll see that it's highlighted. It's not this one, it's not this one, it's this one right here. So you're going to go to chamfer, or right here if you set it over it, and it's two distances, and they call it two direction here for some reason. And then we're going to set them. Distance 1, 0.02. 0.02 and the other one 0.12. From there, you're going to put chamfer on both sides. So we're going to click here. Then we're going to click here. And if you hit OK, it will place a chamfer that looks like this. Not quite how it's supposed to look. So if we were to do it again on that side, you'll notice that it does the same exact thing, and it kind of makes it look like this. So knowing that it looks kind of incorrect and not quite like the blade that we're going to be seeing here, we're going to change the depth of the extrusion so that it actually has a thin sharp edge. So we're going to go in and we're going to adjust the extrusion, but we've already done this. So for those of you that still can't remember how to do that, you go back over to the extrusion right here and you double click on it. If you double click fast enough, you can usually click on the word, but if you're one of those slow clicking individuals, you can click over here and we're going to adjust it. So you could set it to like, I don't know, 0.4, hit OK, and see if that helps with the extrusion. Now this one wants us to set it to 0.04 so that we actually get a extrusion that makes it look sharp like a blade. So hit OK, and then you can rotate and see that it's a really sharp edge, and again looks similar to that of a pizza cutter. Go down here to the next one. We're going to change the material to aluminum polish and then save it. If polish is not available, that's fine, just use aluminum. We'll go up here, and you can choose any of these really. There might be a polished aluminum. You could look for polished aluminum in the materials thing if you would like, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're choosing some form of aluminum. We'll go with just I like this one that has a better shine, so aluminum 6061. I'm just going to click it from the drop down menu since it's already in here. And that should be the correct one, and when we actually render this, it'll look really shiny like aluminum does. So again, file, save as, and they want this one saved as, they don't actually give us a save as for it, so we're just going to save it as blade, what they had put up here. So change, and I'm going to put mine as pizza blade. You can just put yours as blade because you should have a pizza cutter folder, and just hit save, and you're finished with that one. And then you can move on and you can start working on the next portion, which would be the cap. The cap doesn't take very long to create, so we'll go ahead and make that really quick. Start, standard part file. I'm going to hit OK. Go ahead and start a sketch. I'm going to go through this one really quick. 2 circles, one at 0.98 and one at 0.125. So make the first one 0.98, I believe it was. Hit OK. Second one, 1.25. Hit enter. So you got 2 circles. They're pretty close in size. Next thing that you're going to be doing is extruding it in both directions. Same thing, symmetric tool, 0.375. So finish your sketch, extrude, and again 0.375, and make sure that we go like that. Hit OK. You now have a circular ring. We're going to create a 3D fillet on one of the ends at 0.075. This is what it looks like they have it set to. Just make sure your stuff matches up. Again, fillet on the edge, but we're going to change it 0.075, I think it was. And then we're going to click on the edge right here. It's the only edge that we're going to fillet. Hit OK. Gives us a rounded surface. And then it looks like this. Again, with this one, I would probably change this material as well to aluminum. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this material from the drop down and select the aluminum 6061. And then File, Save As. And this one is a 17D cap. So I'm just going to save it as pizza. And make sure I spell pizza correctly. Cap. Hit Save. And then continue on with the next part.